Welcome to the video blog. I'm Doug Simon. I'm here at the Big Apple Awards, and I'm with the winner of the John Hill Award. I'm with Jim Murphy. Congratulations, Jim.
Thanks very much.
Great. Jim is CEO of Murphy & Company, and importantly in the context of what he won the award for is he's leading an initiative to get public relations people, communicators, working to improve the image of the United States overseas. So Jim, welcome, and how are you doing that, and do you think he can be successful?
Well, we're trying to partner with the State Department because there really is no clearinghouse to tell the total story. Many companies are doing a lot of things, and some of them tell the story pretty well, but there's so many things going on to get the total impact of what's going on is hard. Americans are the most generous contributors to everything in the world, and no one knows about it. Whether it's a foundation, a corporation, individuals. I think last year over $800 million was contributed to certain things around the world with no strings attached. And often there's no one giving them credit anywhere. So one of the things we're trying to do is call attention to this and work with the State Department to shed a brighter light on it. The media has trouble writing stories about these kind of things because they're good things, okay? No one's killing anybody. No one's in a scandal. No one's stolen any money. These are companies doing good stuff for people all over the world, and the story needs to be told better than it has.
Right. Now, some might say, and this is regardless of your view about particular government and power and how well they're doing, that isn't it really just government's job to make sure the U.S. is thought of well overseas? Why should businesses get involved, and why is that a challenge?
Well, if you're an international company and you're doing business around the world and your customers don't like Americans, you've got a problem. So there are practical business reasons in all this, too. But that isn't the reason most of these companies do it. They do it because they think it's the right thing to do, and Americans have a history of charitable giving, of giving back to the community, of giving back to society. It's unique around the world. Other countries don't have those traditions.
Yeah, one of the things that we've been seeing both domestically and abroad is CSR, corporate social responsibility, has sort of gone from something you need to do for something that people seem to want to do, and realizing that it brings value to the business. So is what you're trying to do is really put a megaphone on that in the target countries where the work is being done, so there's a greater awareness, and hopefully, regardless of government action, it can improve the perception of America and Americans.
Well, of course, I mean, that's part of it, but we want it done in the context of the values that Americans have, so those values are shared with other countries. So we're just not doing good things. We're doing it in the context of democracy, of freedom, respect of the individual.
Great, and as we like to keep this quick for the web, I'm going to like you to wrap up with maybe one, two, or maybe three sort of specific types of things that you're doing that you think will make a difference, and maybe some tips for others who might be watching of what they could do to get more involved.
Well, what we're doing is focusing everything we can towards the funnel of the State Department so they can tell the story. They have the megaphone to do that, and we're working primarily with them.
And are you finding that they're cooperative?
They're very cooperative. They have limited resources. The USIA was closed down 2 decades ago, and that was a megaphone that worked. And so they're trying to replace that, but they just don't have the funding.
Yeah, so are you hopeful that there will be progress made?
There's going to be a new administration. We have to wait and see.
Okay, and lastly, so if you're watching this, you're with an organization, what can you do to help the cause? Is it like lobby the State Department, or is there something more tangible you can do right away?
Well, I'd rather urge companies to do what they can do, and others will worry about having the story told. As we coming out of the summit conference we had with the State Department last year, there's a report that points out 11 action steps companies can do to support this idea. And the State Department website has that report, if anyone wants to read it.
Awesome, and we'll make sure to link to that on the video blog. So Jim Murphy, thanks so much for being with us.
Glad to do it. Thank you.